Got a Canon XL1S DV camcorder in to check over, and we'll see whether the pinch roller is acting up on this one, as it's a very common problem. As far as I know, there's nothing really wrong with the camera. We're just checking this out to make sure it's okay. So I got this Canon XL1S, I think it's an XL1S camera, yes, in to check out, and I just happened to mention to the owner of it that there's some really common problems on these ones, and that is the pinch roller that can go bad on it, and it causes problems like tape chewing and glitching and stuff. So they wanted me to check it. So let's open this up together and see whether this is one of the ones that has the problem. I've got a tape in it, okay? Just remove the tape, and we're going to look down here and see what happens on this. Is a little white clip that holds the pinch roller in place, and that little clip has a tendency to crack and come off. And can we see the pinch roller down in there? Yes, we can. I'm going to zoom it in here, and I'm going to see whether there's any. It looks like that roller is sitting kind of high, doesn't it? Let's just see, like that white. You see the white cap sticking out there? That shouldn't be sticking up like that. I bet you if I try to move this pinch roller, it is going to move. It's going to move up and down. I can almost guarantee. Yeah, see? This is problematic. So what happens is this little white cap works its way loose. Usually it develops a crack on it, and then it allows the pinch roller to ride. And if the pinch roller wobbles around a bit, you end up with chewed tapes. So that has to be pushed back down on top here. So let's see if I can seat that down. I got to support the pinch roller from below so that nothing gets bent. Okay, I'm going to support the pinch arm so it doesn't move, and see if I can push this top piece back down. There we go. Yeah, that's better. That's better. Okay, now if we look down here, you'll see now that the white roller is pretty much flush with the top, and the pinch roller does no longer ride up and down. Doesn't move. So that was starting to happen on this one. Very, very common problem on these Canons, amongst other things, but that's a real common problem. These guides also are not very tight on here, but they aren't. They lock into place, and they're much better. But if you've got any of these Canon cameras, that is a real common problem. What happens to your tapes if that pinch roller starts to move? It actually will put creases in the tape itself. We're just going to roll this tape ahead a bit and see whether, or roll it back and see if there's any damage that's been done to the tape. So I'll just open up the tape. So what very often happens is the tape itself gets damaged when these pinch rollers start to get sloppy. So if we open up the tape, we look at the tape. Oh, we can see the bottom edge of the tape here. Looks like there may have already been some damage created. If I just release the reel lock and use my little spinner here to spin the reels and see if there's any damage that we can see on the tape. I'll just wind it forward or backwards a bit just to inspect the tape and see if we see any damage. See a little bit of damage on the bottom edge there, you see? There's some rippling on the bottom edge. Looks like there might be a scratch on the tape. I'm not touching it, but I'm kind of pointing to where it is. See the scratch? Looks like there might be a scratch on this tape. But I don't see the telltale creases. When these pinch rollers get bad, they cause creases that kind of go across the tape almost at about a 45-degree angle. the tape gets munched. So this tape isn't in too bad a shape, but certainly if left unchecked, that would have certainly, no question, would have caused tape damage going forward, because I've seen it happen so many times. I had a guy that brought me some tapes to digitize. I was able to do 5, and 3 of them we couldn't get anything off the tape because the tape was so badly damaged that when I tried to play it, it would play for a few seconds, and then because the tape had a crease on it, it contaminated the heads, and I had to stop and clean the heads, and then I played for another 10 seconds, and then it contaminated the heads again. And we flipped the lid open on the tape, and there was creases all the way along. And the camera he used to record it was a guy in a band, and they'd use one of these cameras to record it. So Symptom on this camera was someone had made a recording over a tape that had previously been recorded on, but one of the heads was clogged. So some of the old recording is still present, and only bands of the new recording recorded with bands from the old recording still present. So this is what happens when you have a clogged head on mini DV, is that well, if it's got something recorded on the tape, what was previously recorded on the tape will still be present. Some of the pitfalls to recording on tape. Glad I don't record on tape anymore. This head, of course, cleared itself off. After a few minutes, it cleared itself off, and the new recording is on there. But that was a problem with digital tape. Well, any tape, but DV was problematic because they didn't use a flying erase head. They just overwrote what was already there. So if you had a head clog, you ended up with nice straight bands like you saw. On Digital 8, it was more of a mess because of the odd number of rotations. For mini DV, it takes 10 rotations of the head to record one frame, whereas on Digital 8, it only took 5. You see now the head is cleared up, and the new recording is present on the tape. Well, that could have also been an artifact caused by that pinch roller that was moving, because if the pinch roller is not at the right angle, if it's moved slightly on the tape, it could pull the tape at a slightly different angle, which, in addition to damaging the tape, of course, could affect the alignment of the tape passing over the heads, but I don't think so. In this case, I think it was just a clogged head is what it looked like, as I've seen that issue before. I went to play one of my test tapes, only to find that it won't play because the heads have become completely contaminated. So we're going to load a cleaning cassette here and run it for 10 seconds. And I'll try doing a recording on one of my test tapes. So there's playing back my tape. My tape's looking good. This is actually, I think, a digital copy of the original, because I wouldn't be putting my original tape in other people's cameras. But this would have been my original evaluation tape that I did using JVC GY-DV 500. This is Van Dusen Gardens in Vancouver. I took the camera down there when I first got it in 2000 and took some colorful pictures just to do an evaluation on it. I did want to bring your attention, though, to the type of damage that gets caused by these pinch rollers when they start to run or ride up and down. This tape here, this is one of my tapes. I got to fast forward past the damage section before I try using it, or it will contaminate the heads, because I put this tape in it and clogged the heads up completely. This tape was damaged by one of these XL1S. In fact, the last one I worked on that had a wonky pinch roller, when I did a recording, it damaged my tape. And you can see, I actually should open this tape up and cut this section off, but it damaged my tape at the beginning, so I got to wind this tape forward and get past this damaged section before I try it and try doing a recording on the camera. Otherwise, I'll be putting the cleaning tape in again and cleaning it. But this is the type of damage that happens with those pinch rollers that go bad on these Canons. So I'm just going to make a recording. Put the camera in record mode. I don't have a microphone on here, so there won't be any sound recorded. It'll just be picture. It should be recording now. I'll just let this roll here for a few seconds, and we'll see how the recording comes back. Again, I'm not recording any sound. I don't have a microphone plugged in. I don't have the viewfinder or anything on here, just the camera. And that should be enough, I think. So if I stop it, where the button is on here. There we go. We'll stop that, and I'll put this back in playback. And I'm just going to search back. So it works. So this XL1S working, seems to be working okay. Again, it was just brought to me to kind of take a look at it, and actually the person that brought it to me said, "Oh, you can show this off on your channel." I said, "Well, I've already repaired one of these on my channel, but have you had yours checked? Because this is a common problem." So the owner said, "Yeah, just can you check that?" And well, as you saw, the clip was coming up. I don't know if it's cracked. Usually, quite often they crack, but this one here had enough resistance on it that I think it just was working its way loose. Because typically when they crack, I mean, you can just touch it. You can just touch it and it'll slide back down. And this one I actually had to put a little bit of tension on and support the pinch roller from below, so that no metal got bent in the mechanism. So I don't know that this one's cracked. I don't see a physical crack on it. The solution when they crack is you put a drop of glue on it just to keep it from moving. But I don't know that this one is cracked at this point, so I don't think I'm going to go down that road and throw any glue on it, because I think it may have just started to work its way loose. And some of them just do that. So the thing with these cameras is they've got that funky rubber coating that gets all sticky on them. Just horrible stuff. You know, why the companies use this crap, one will never know. So this should actually be all stripped off, but oh well. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Bye.